Hey guys, just wanted to show. Hey guys, just wanted to show a quick. Hey guys, just wanted to show a quick video on how I use ChatGPT to take actions for me, programming quicker than I would be able to do them if I was doing them handwriting. In this use case, I've got an old game that I had built when I was learning how to write normal um, JavaScript. And if we take a look at the index file here, you can see that it's all in one big index.html. It's not modularized at all, and the code could not be easily developed on by a new developer because you'd come in here and you'd get totally lost in one big file. What I would like to do is take all of this and break it up into more modular files, and then using some typical, I found an article on how to write a roguelike game in 15 steps on roguebasin.com. They're a really good platform for developers that are looking to start developing games, specifically roguelike games. And yeah, really good resource. So I'm going to feed GPT that as a good um, starting point for what direction to take the development in terms of how to structure files and what elements will be necessary later on to make it easy for continued development. All right. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take just this index.html here, and you can see that the index.html already knows the file structure of the files that exist here. I'm going to feed all of this into a new GPT conversation and say, all right, take this information, create a working prototype for a game that is modularized and easy to develop. So I'll go over here, Command A, Command C to copy the text, Command V to paste the text. I now have the entire HTML file in the GPT window. I'm just going to say, all right, take this game and turn it into a modular file structure that will be easy for me to take and understand and continue development of this game into a roguelike game based on the directions provided from the article following the index.html. You can structure the folders however you see best fit. Alright, I'm just feeding it that, which, like I said, just contains the source code to this, which just has a bool, bears, and kind of typical charge, ammo, HP. It does do an API call to get the current value of Bitcoin and just displays that, has a leaderboard up the top. Alright, so let's go back to ChatGPT, say, alright, I'm going to take these, how to write a roguelike in 15 steps, Command A, Command C over here, Command V. I'm just going to say, here's the article on how to build a roguelike. All of this is still in the same prompt that I started at the beginning. I have not yet fed it into GPT. I'm now just going to, that was just a copy of the web page. That's how I usually do things, and I'm just going to hit enter and see what we get. Alright, and notice that I am on GPT-01 preview. You can see that it gives you the steps that it's taking to create this game. It's pretty cool how fast it was. This time it says it's only thought for 9 seconds before coming to an answer. Alright, so let's go ahead and just follow the directions that it gives us. It says, I'll help reorganize your game into a modular file structure. It's easy to understand and extend, setting a solid foundation for developing it into a roguelike game. Below is the suggested folder structure and the corresponding code refactored in 2 separate files. And for those of you that might not know, refactored just means that it took the source code and then changed it somehow, and it wants us to make those changes to our code. Those are typically called diffs. Here we go. So we've got your game as a folder, and then we've got the index.html. So that is how I currently have it set up. I currently have it called Galaga. I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, so index should be at a root level. It currently is, so I'll leave it there. We then need a CSS folder. Currently I have styles.css directly in the parent, so I'm going to do new folder, and then I'm going to say CSS. I'm going to say create that folder. I will also need a JS folder and an assets folder, so I'm going to go ahead and create those as well. So we say new folder, JS, new folder. I said assets, spelled correctly. Assets should contain in it another folder called images, another folder called, and then inside images we should have a folder called coin frames, and a folder called power-up frames, spelled like that. And then in assets we should also have sounds. However, I don't have any sounds currently, so I'm going to leave those out. But I will go ahead and create the folder just so you can see what that will look like, and that is called sounds. And I think that I put that in the wrong directory. That should move back to here. So we have images and sounds located in the assets, and then we have index.html on the outside. And I'm going to go ahead and move my files into the correct places and create new ones where needed. I know that I don't currently have any of these JS files, so I'm going to go here and just say new file, and I'm going to say game.js and player.js, enemy, inputs, projectiles, power up, utils, and lastly constant stuff. And then we already have all of these things. We have that. We have styles.css. Let's go ahead and move styles.css into here. There we go. And then it wants us to do images. We should have bull and bear and bull with lasers all in the same assets/images directly. And then we should have coin frames that should contain coin pos 1 through coin pos 9. That will go there. And then we should have power-ups 1 through 9 in the power-ups frames. And then I guess it's not using. I'm going to go ahead and move these other images in as well. Well, I said that. I guess I don't have any. Oh. I guess I did have projectile.png. I wonder what it's using for that. I'm going to go ahead and leave that out, and if we run into an issue, I'll move that in later. But you can see we pretty much now have this that is game top level, now has assets, CSS, and JS, and then an index.html. Everything else won't be used. I'm going to go ahead and clear these off because we're going to get new ones. So I'll just delete all of that, and then delete. I won't delete my CNAME. I don't think I'm using Goose anywhere. Okay, so now we have just root game, assets, CSS, JS, CNAME. I'll get literally seen in the video. And then index.html, that matches this. Oh, it also has a readme. I don't know if it'll give us the readme, but I guess I'll go ahead and give a readme. .md. All right, file explanations. Some quick explanations of all that. Read it if you want to. Refactored code, jump straight to here. All right, index.html, replace it with this. Notice that it went from 622 lines down to 20 lines. That's because now it's just going to be linking to other things. All right, we got styles.css. Very minimal. Love that. We have constants. All right, assets. No assets. We got JS. Where's that? Here we go. Constants. Paste what it has here, and notice that I'm just clicking copy code here. All right, JS utils. All right, paste. Player. Copy. Paste. Save. Next up, we have enemy. Copy code. Enemy. Paste, save. Projectile, copy. Oh, note that I spelled that wrong. It should be projectile, not projectiles. Alright, save that. Power up. Save that. Go down, input. This will control movements and whatnot. And listen for keyboard taps. Alright, and then the game loop. There we go. And anything else? JS coin. If you have coins, consider adding a coin class. Sure, I'll have a coin class. Why not? Index. Whoops. The wrong index file. Sorry about that, folks. That index. And link that here. Alright, next steps. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see if we can open the file. So I'm going to go into here. Open index. Look at that. Oh, it looks like I lost my ability to sprint. It also seems like I kind of like the new size, and I like how they're chasing me. They didn't previously chase me. That's fun. Oh, that's actually kind of cool that I disappear. Well, no, I don't love it. There's also no projectiles currently. Let's see. I don't think I can shoot projectiles, and I don't think that. Oh, well, actually, I do have projectiles. They're just not rendering. It would seem. Note that the high score, I would assume, works kind of like the size of the characters now. Let's see what we can do with this. So, oh, I might have not included the. Let me see. So I'm gonna. Oh, I like that. That's nice. I'm just testing some other things. Oh, okay. It also looks like my boost is actually infinite, whereas it wasn't previously. Or maybe it's something about the time, I think, may just be messed up. Everything's moving a little too quickly, but it did a good job. It did a really good job. So let's go to. First of all, let's go to the. Well, actually, let's just talk about what just happened for a second. So why this is useful. If you if you have a if you have a big monolithic file that just has a bunch of information, it's really hard to understand what's going on when you land on a new project, especially as a new developer, um, or an older developer that just has worked on the same project for a long time. When you start to get really in deep with a single project, you might get so used to that file structure that switching to new things could be tough. And this is just um, this makes it easier for everybody to read what's going on. So pretty much what happened was we had one big index.html and broke it up into your typical JavaScript, CSS, and that's it. Um, it kept it really simple. Um, it seems like it did a good job of retaining the features and just general concepts that it was going through. You can see we lost some things. The coins are not currently rotating, and I lost some functionality, but it should be relatively easy to, from this point, tell it, hey, you missed some things, let's go back in and fix it. Also, if you notice that some functionality is missing, an easy way to do this would be, let me do this. So we know that previously, yeah,